Hi everybody, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, I talked to my doctor after getting my CT scan for the first time since my operation. Now, it's definitely not the news I was hoping for. Today's video is brought to you by Babbel. I love to travel around the world. I am going everywhere. I'm planning a new trip to Paris soon, and one of the things that I always want to do is to try and learn a little bit of the language of the countries I'm visiting, just so I can partake in just some everyday conversation, and that's where Babbel comes in. Babbel is one of the leading language tools in the world. What it will do is it'll make it simpler for you to learn a new language. One of the great things about it is you can learn at your own time. You don't have to sit in class for like 7 hours, 8 hours, and just it starts to fade in and out after a while. You get to sit and you can do things in like 10-minute increments and repeat them and do them as often as you need to until you grasp the language. And they have such a variety way of learning. Everything from games that you can play to the podcast to teachings. There's just so many different ways. And wouldn't it be wonderful to be able to go to a country and just carry on conversations like, "Où est la chambre de bain?" Well, where's the bathroom at? Or if somebody asks you at your hotel how your room was, you could not, instead of saying, "Oh, my room was fine," you could actually answer back and say, "Mon chambre est très bien." It was beautiful. And that just goes to enhance your experience at the destination you're going to. Every little bit helps, and it shows great respect when you're traveling. Here's an example of repeating the words until you grasp it.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. That's simple. Hello.
Au revoir.
Au revoir. Goodbye. Those are just some simple examples. And after learning those words, it'll help you to structure them into a full conversation. That's what I love about Babbel. I can do it at my own time, my own pace, and anywhere I have my phone and the app. You can even do it on the computer at home. So if you'd like to learn a new language like I do when I'm traveling to different destinations, why not give Babbel a try? You can follow my QR code here or follow the link down below and get up to 55% off your subscription. Thanks again, Babbel. It's always fun to learn a new language. So this is my first CT scan after my 2 lung operations. I had a CT scan before, but they were looking for the infections, they were looking for the complications. Remember, I had complications after my second surgery last time on my left lung. And so they definitely wanted to keep an eye on that, and it basically waited almost to the last minute to clear me to say, okay, you can go on your trip. It was like a countdown kind of thing, and it was that close. But I was doing well. I have traveled. I've been going along. I'm doing my 10,000 steps a day. I still have a lot of little aches and pains, like interior aches and pains, and it's kind of weird to me, but I don't think anything of it. But then I got my test results back, and my lower half, great. There's nothing there, nothing. Everything looks normal. Everything's running good, perfect. The upper half again, once again in my lung, on the right-hand side, are some nodules. Now they are super tiny right now. Super tiny. And the biggest ones that are there, like the largest one, is 2.5 millimeters, which is about the size of like the head of your pencil kind of thing. So it's very, very small. But it's there, and it's there that they didn't notice before. And it's there since the surgery, which I got really panicky about in a way, because that's the fastest anything has ever returned after a surgery. Did we miss something? Is there something gone? Well, my oncologist, wonderful woman, absolutely a fantastic doctor, called me today and everything, and she said she went around and she sent these results to the radiologist and the lung specialist and everything, and they're all in agreement right now that there's nothing that they can really do because of the size of these right now. They cannot tell if it's something that was caused during my complication, etc. Now, they're saying that, but I don't think it is, because my complication was in my left lung and these are on my right lung, according to the oncologist. So it's another waiting game. It's another waiting game. They're scheduling me for another CT scan at the end of November. So I got roughly, 55 days again to wait for another scan and see if they grow. And if they grow, then we have to come up with another game plan, which could mean radiation, could mean surgery. Now, the good news is out of the two lungs, if I was going to have more nodules on it, I would want the right lung, because the left lung was the one that they were really, had a hard time with last time. And that's the one with the complications, etc. So actually, now that I'm thinking about it, my right lung is the one that they had to cut away the wall, right, from the surgery. So maybe that's where these new nodules kind of look like there's something there. Remember, when I went in, they thought my surgery would be like a matter of 2 hours, and it ended up being 7 hours. And it's all because my lung from my last surgeries had kind of melded itself to my chest cavity, the wall of my chest. So the surgeon actually had to go in and surgically cut my lung away from the wall so they could actually get at it to do the surgery. And that was my right lung. So it may be residual from that, right? Cutting away from there. So now that I'm remembering that as I'm talking to you here about it, that is a hopeful sign. Fingers crossed for me. That's a hopeful sign. I didn't think of that. In my mind, I'm thinking it was my left lung that had the complication, right? I went back in for another 8 days into the hospital. But this is the one they had to cut all the surgery and cut away from the wall, and took so long. So yeah, maybe I'll be lucky. Maybe I'll be lucky, and that's what's causing this infection stuff to be done. But it's, like I said, something showing up this fast after my surgery. It hasn't happened before, and that's a very worrisome thing for myself. But there's not a lot I can do about it. I'm leaving on a cruise this weekend, and I'm heading out to the West Coast to LA. Going to do a seminar at sea with Princess Cruise Lines. I'm going to learn some more about them. I'm going to give them some heck. Yes, I am actually going to give Princess heck for some stuff that they've been doing lately for travel agents trying to book them. And so they're going to hear an earful from me when I get there. But they're not going to like me this time. But yeah, I just thought, I always tell people I will let everyone know as soon as something comes up. Not the best news, absolutely not the best news. Something showing up on the lungs this fast after my surgery really has me concerned. But I'm not down, I'm not depressed. I'm going to keep on cruising, I'm going to keep on traveling, and I'll just do whatever the doctors say, as long as I'm able to do it. And so, yeah. There you go. Wish me luck for my trip, and join me on the next Princess ship. Join me in Mexico and LA. Hope you will. Until next time, I really do appreciate everybody here. I really hope you'll join us on this journey. Maybe hit that subscribe button, leave a comment down below. And if you're going through something like I am, I wish you guys all the best. I got more postcards today from people saying that they just got diagnosed. A friend of mine from my old job contacted me last week saying that he just found, got discovered something on his lungs, and he called me to talk about everything and what I went through so he would know what to do and be prepared for it. And I walked him through all the situations that he's going to face in the next little while. And so, yeah, it's a scary thing when it happens to you. Just realize, guys, I've had 10 surgeries now. I'm still here. I'm still cruising, and you can do it too. Just try and stay as positive as possible. Thanks again, everyone, for all your support. I really, really, really do appreciate it.